Okay, so we've made it to Willow Creek. There's a cafe and the saloon here, and I'm sure this is the exact same layout of the old town.
And then here is so pretty.
And back in the old days, my relative owned a hotel here. And he died in a gunfight in the saloon. So, don't know enough about that story to really comment any further, but I think his name is Archibald Williams. But it's still quite...
Right.
So here is Willow Creek, and we're going to keep on going. And
public school.
Yeah, still a thriving community here. Farming country. Look at that, somebody shot it with a gun. Williams Bridge. Or I guess the paint's just peeling off. So,
In the here.
this is the famous Williams Bridge.
I don't want to go.
No. We're just gonna go up. We got to continue. We got to continue on our journey here.
So we're going to get it in, right?
No.
Okay.
We're just gonna go over the other side. Just, this bridge has been here since 1890 something. Isn't this beautiful? So now we continue on to the...
Jefferson Road.
What, did you just read that?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Jefferson River Road. So that was the Jefferson River. So now we're going to go to the Williams Ranch. Well, Mathis and G. Williams are down that way. And we are at Jefferson River. And Highway 2 and 287. Just outside of Three Forks, Montana. As you can see here, the infamous Williams Bridge is just where we've come from. So I suspect that even though it says no trespassing, that I'm still going to go in there and get myself in trouble, because I don't know how else to see my graveyard. So here we go. So hopefully I don't get arrested. Yes, the entrance to a ranch, whom I have no idea who owns this ranch because there's no names. But more interestingly enough, on top of the hill there is the Williams family cemetery. This ranch used to belong to my ancestors, and we're going to go around the corner here and go up this lane and take a look at the cemetery. Well, it's August the 30th, 2018. My name is Richard Williams, and I'm in Three Forks, Montana, very close to the Williams Bridge, 287 and Jefferson River Road. And it's taken me a couple of days to get here, but this ranch used to belong to my relatives, and I've journeyed all the way up here to see this graveyard. This is the Williams family graveyard, and hopefully it's looks like it's been locked and I can't get in, but actually it's kind of a homemade lock. So I'm gonna go inside. Looks like it could have been mowed recently, but it's not. 100 years ago today, my father, Loyal Williams, was born. Lydia Harwood is a member of the family. One of the sisters, 1878 to 1971. Of course, this is all documented in my records, so I just wanted to see it and touch it for myself. But there's one of my great uncles, and he came to this territory with his father and my great grandmother, Elizabeth Williams, and they lived here, and Clinton and his family stayed on, as you can see, until 1920. And my great grandmother then came to Missouri with her father, Alexander, and that's where I'm from. Martha J. is Clinton's wife, and this cemetery is supposed to be on the original ranch. The Holler, I believe. I'm not going to speculate on that, but I imagine they're probably related since they're in this cemetery. Johnny Shed. There's so many names that I'm going to have to check out here. The Sheds. It's all in that time frame, the 1880s. They came up here in before the Civil War. The Hollers. Come before the Civil War, stayed through the war, and then 1870, my relative Alexander, and indeed the father of these people, came back to Missouri on a riverboat. Not too far from here is the headwaters of the Missouri River, and they took a steam-powered riverboat back to Missouri, and that's where my grandfather, my father, myself, and my son were all born there in Missouri, in southwestern Missouri. Grace Davis is the name I recognize. Wife of Roland, who's one of one of the sons of Alexander. And it's a shame they don't keep the cemetery up a little bit better. But again, this is documented online. Find a grave. And everything's documented and photographed. And the family tree is there. Everything you need to figure out where you're from. So it's been quite an experience for me to huff and puff up on top of this bluff today to actually stand on the ground where my ancestors from Montana stood. Appreciate it. And it's a special occasion, like I said. It's a special occasion of my father's 100th birthday. If he would be alive, he would be proud that I made the trip all the way back here. Of course, off to the south is Salt Lake City, and that's another story about how the family came to be there and then moved up here, and then they fled. I'm not going to say fled. They fled up here, but then they immigrated back to the home of Zion in the terms of the Reorganized Latter-day Saint Church. So thanks for experiencing this little journey with me. Now it's on to Idaho to visit some other memorable places in my family's history. Right across from the Red Wing service station. Does that say closed 1933? Yeah. Well, obviously it's not a service station now, but it's It's what I saw from the GPS the first time I looked down upon this area, along with this piece of equipment on Jefferson River Road. And I said, someday I'll come here and see this for myself. And the reason I'm breathing so hard is I just walked up to the top of one of these little bumps over here, and it doesn't look like it's very steep, but brother, let me tell you. So, what am I doing here? Well, today's would have been my dad's 100th birthday, August 30th, 2018. And his grandmother's father came through this area when she was a little girl. And I wanted to see it for myself. And I wanted to visit the cemetery here. So that's what we're doing today. And me and my bride and my rental car. And after we finish here, we're gonna go to Idaho and see some other relatives' final resting places. She's gonna be mad, so I'm gonna turn this off now.
At 278, then turn right onto Frontage Road West.
Okay, so we've had a 20-minute uneventful ride up the expressway, I-95, to Three Forks from Bozeman.
Turn right onto Frontage Road West.
And we're going to the headwaters of the Missouri State Park. Cattle crossing there. So
Continue on Frontage Road West for 1.5 miles.
So we're going to go see the beginnings of the Missouri River.
That's
Which-
northeast.
Yeah, beginnings of the Missouri River. So where the pioneers loaded up their river boats and went back east. And those include my ancestors. That's the way they came to Missouri. So I'm crossing the Madison River here. And
You want sunglasses?
after a while, it's kind of glary. Pick it up when we get to the state park.
Careful, you got the car.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
That's
So,
a big truck. Careful.
so here we are at the headwaters. And of course, it looks totally different than it did back in the 1860s. But if you can imagine the steamboats in this area loading with some provisions and stuff to go south. There's a great big huge lake up here, and I'm not going to drive by it today, but it's a huge lake. But if I had a riverboat, I would launch it right here.
We do
Yeah.
Stop
I'm gonna get it.
here.
Yeah. I'm just. So that's something I didn't really know. That look at this. I have to edit that out. Here's something I didn't know. That Lewis and Clark kind of came into this area. But I'll do some research about it.
But we're up here at the upper end, and it seems like there's a basin here. And again, downstream it goes to. This is quite a beautiful area. So here's where the Missouri starts.